Nkosi, and I will be reflecting on the lesson activities that I designed. I chose the topic language structures and convention, focusing on subtypes or different types of adjectives, which are demonstrative, possessive, and descriptive in grade 7. My lesson objective aligned with the Bloom's taxonomy because they use remember, which is prior knowledge. They use analyze, where learners will be able to analyze adjectives and distinguish them according to their categories. And then lastly, create, which is where learners will be able to create their own paragraphs reflecting on their holidays using these subtypes. The introduction phase is a phase where I'll be introducing a topic and also resurfacing the previous knowledge. In this phase, I used the word search, where learners will be given a bunch of words or adjectives, and they just need to find them on the puzzle. I think the purpose of this phase is where learners familiarize themselves with the topic, and just to help them get prior knowledge and understanding of what we are talking about. Phase is development phase, where I will be introducing a new topic, but also building on the introduction or building on previous knowledge. For this phase, I used the word wall net, where learners will be given a bunch of adjectives, but this time they will have to place them in their respective categories, whether maybe, for example, if it's his, this is a possessive adjective, so they need to place it under possessive. The purpose of this phase, this is where learners need to differentiate or show more understanding of adjectives and how and when or where they are used. The consolidation phase is basically the end of the lesson. This is where we ask questions like, did everybody understand? Can you guys differentiate between the three adjectives or differences? In this phase, or the purpose of this phase, is just to have a clear understanding of the learner's comprehension, or just to see where I lacked as the educator or the teacher. For this phase, I used Padlet, where learners will be given the opportunity to write or type a paragraph and use these subtypes, just to see if they understood how to use the different adjectives and where to use them. Reflecting on SAMR model application, my understanding of this model is that it is used by educators to include technology in the classroom. It stands for substitute. Substitute, for example, learners typing their notes instead of writing them on their books. Argumentation, for example, me as the teacher, instead of me doing the work of checking grammar or spelling mistakes, the ICT can do it for me. Modification, this is where, for example, learners using the ICT apps to write quizzes. This will then give them an immediate result instead of just waiting for me to mark and then the last one is redefinition. Redefinition, for example, means for example, I, the teacher, can, instead of teach them, can take my notes, make a video out of it, and then play it in class so that learners are able to see me as I teach. The teacher's role is just to introduce topics, teach all the topics, and then guide learners on how to use the ICT or the apps or the tablets. With this, I will be giving them the password to opening the tablets and the guidelines or the links that I will send in our group, our specific group. For example, let's say it's grade 10C, in that grade 10C, everybody will be able to access the link and then open it in their tablets. With this, they will be able then to go directly into the app and get the activity that they need. And then for the learners role, the learners will just have to maybe just participate in spoken participation or engagements, answering questions that I'll be asking, and then participating in the activities. This then will then allow them to engage more, participate more. The learners can ask questions if they don't understand. The learners may, if they want to, they can share their results or how much they got, just for participation, engagement, and inclusion. Reflecting on the activities, I think they could work provided that the school has the tablets and the network to get the links or access the links. I do think though that they will cause time limitation, merely because learners are easily distracted, and I think it will limit their critical thinking. To be honest, I think these activities could work or can accommodate all learners because it uses visuals. Learners are able to hear. It accommodates learners with ADHD, like for example, it keeps them engaged, as well as it speaks to learners with high level critical thinking in terms of writing. Thank you.